Hello, traders. Welcome to the Sunday stream.
It's time for Power Hour.
And it's the last 60 minutes of the week. Daily close, weekly close upon us. And just sitting sideways on the Bitcoin chart. Just trying to somehow get back above that April 2021 high, but just been sitting there testing it 72 hours now, and that's about it. Very flat, as is tradition now, right? Not much movement ever in crypto on the weekends. So okay, one way to look at it, down sloping consolidation, or you could just look at it sideways consolidation, rectangling. That's a big deal, right? I mean, $61,000, bottom of the range, top of the range, 73K, 72.9 at the bottom echelon of the channel, of the range. And that's about it. No edge, nothing implying short-term upside. Got the 4 hour. It really doesn't look that great on the 4 hour locally. I mean, right, you had all this positive momentum, you had this rally, but it just, someone could make the argument that there's like hidden bearish divergence that's really matured here. So, you know, I'm just saying, like I was saying on the Halving stream, like when high or low, when pullback that's just like, and you see it clear as day, like here's a low, here's a lower low. Well, let's get a discernible high or low. Let's see some evidence of accumulation. So again, evidence of accumulation means, all right, there might be more than before. Therefore, the probability might be increased that we're going up next, but you don't have that right now. So just range bound, man. And that's it. Okay, maybe you still got a dragon tail going on the 4 hour, not a very significant time scale at all. So, okay, and then the weekly. No big deal, man. Nothing really going on the weekly, just elevated. Yeah, you're going to close below the November 8th, 2021 high and that wick high from April 2021. I mean, you're just right at it. So, yeah, man, after a run like this, to construct an argument based on traditional technical analysis for something where there's value or there's like impending price action continuation, it's really tough, man. Normally, arguments can be constructed after really nice pullbacks, deep retraces, type 2 returns, discernible in the daily, 3-day, weekly, and you just have, all you got's nothing. You got a rectangle. We got a happening. All right. Sometimes opportunity is there, and most of the time it's not. So we do believe in Bitcoin, as on the weekend, our government has sold us out once again. Billions upon billions of dollars going to everywhere except the people that fund where all the money's going, the taxpayers. None of it's going to our border, going to homeless people, going to veterans. Nope. You've been sold out, and you're also being replaced with open borders. I hope you understand. You're cognizant and aware, at least. It's happening. So they keep printing this money that they don't have. Fiat purchasing power will continue to collapse as it's been cratering at its fastest speed since World War II, since the New World Order that came after World War II. We've never seen currency devalue this fast, and it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. They can't cut interest rates because everything's too elevated, man. You cut interest rates, it's going to exacerbate the insane inflation we already have going on right now. Oh, can we get an audio check? Yeah, let's raise some foreign flags together. All right. It's pretty enraging, man. It's like you try to ignore this stuff because you can't do anything about it, but it's just like it's in your face. It's obnoxious. And this is like Bitcoin's the only out because it's like the only thing that can't be compromised by these psycho satanic people that have compromised and infiltrated every facet of society everywhere in the West. Okay? Decentralized. There's no CEO. You saw what they did to Vitalik. It was Greta Thunberg that took him, got him to change to proof of stake. You didn't even need Klaus Schwab and the multi-billionaires, right? So that's what makes Bitcoin special, and kind of like, this is it. We got nothing else, really. I guess we could buy some gold. Audio's okay. Echo. Well, the stream's over. If I'm echoing right now, the stream's done, dude. I'll just quit. Okay. If we got the echo equalizer thing on, no, we're done. Okay, so just saying, man, let's go to Ethereum. Let's check out Vitalik's proof of stake coin. No echo, fake news, thank God. All right, so the update on Ethereum, nothing's changed, man. Weekend's gone on. The buyers have defended 2,900, 3,000. Inflection point from history is also psychological. You had an engulfing candle yesterday, and you're just sitting there today. I think that, like, at any point, you would always want to see an 886 retrace in an uptrend, which would be closer to $2,400, maybe a little lower, for value. Right, value is always important, right? Why did it make so much sense here? Because you had a completed M shape. Predictable, recognizable, studied, research pattern. But it's also like, hey, from this low to high, that was an 886. Dang, man, value perceived area. 88% sale on your favorite S coin for that crazy run. And so it's just like, once again, like, you always want lower prices. You always want 88% sales on your favorite asset so you can long it with the deepest perceived value in the uptrend. But you may never get it because the buyers may defend this level, which they are right now, but there hasn't been much follow through yet. And there's certainly no edge. It would just be bearish convergence in this situation. Lower lows with lower levels of relative strength. And then, I don't know. I mean, you could say from this low to this low, yeah, there's lower levels of negative momentum. It's very murky because of this low here. But yeah, I mean, dude, just understand, like, any time an asset is correlating favorably to an inflection point from history like this, anyone and their mother can set up an entry and a stop loss below that level, okay? You just kind of want more than that. When you get more than that, when you get like undeniable divergence in the oscillators, it implies exhaustion. When you get confirmation lows at those inflection points, it just increases your probability of that particular outcome, right? So like if you got something like this and then this, and then like it was just undeniable, very, very clear and discernible divergence, I think you just have a better probability of more follow through at this level to higher prices. You just don't have the variables we're looking for quite yet. But again, it doesn't mean that it's gonna fail and we're going to zero. We're going to 2,400 now, because this could be the bottom. But you just always want to have the edge. You want to have that framework, right? Congregation of variables like key inflection points, not just the price at the inflection point correlating somewhat favorably. So, okay. All right. Yes, Iwan. Yes, it does. The dollar really loses its value. The DXY goes up. The DXY is just an aggregate of different currency pairs. That's it.
.886 on cost from last daily low.
Market trades. Thanks for the 365. Dude, you're in Canada, man. You need all those crappy loonies dollars you can get, man. It's tough up there, real tough in Canada. Like the amount of like posts on like the cost of everything there is just unfathomable to me. I can't wait until it happens here, because it's everything's that's happening in all these other countries first is going to happen in the countries it's not happening yet. So you could also maybe look at it like, hey man, maybe you got like some sort of downsloping channel. Maybe you could start saying we're trying to wedge here. All right, where you got 1 and 2. Okay. Well, if we can consolidate longer, yeah, just downsloping consolidation and otherwise very bullish trend. Just don't think you have enough, but it's okay. whatever. All right, Ian Bay. All right, man, hanging in there pretty well, like performing well compared to Ethereum. I don't know, but again, like Ethereum's holding support, Bitcoin's been holding some support, BNB is holding support, Solana's holding support. You're just in the dead middle of two ranges, like, right? Ethereum's sitting close to that other level though. So what happens if this runs to 621? What happens if Ethereum runs the next level? It's like, it's always better to have confirmation. And someone could say maybe on the 4 hour you had confirmation 1 and 2 here. But performing great. Really good spot. Trading the same price it was mid-March. I mean, not too far off. It's multi-year highs and not too far off an all-time high, which is this 676 level. Dang, man. Sol that again was kind of like awesome, the best.
Can we look at him on the Nasdaq? Looks ready for another move to the upside. Thanks for all that you do, Mitch.
So Chris, thanks for the 20. Yeah, we can look at that. Sure. Much love. That was the first formal request of the day. Thank you. All right, so it was just like we knew this level 124 to 130 was probably where it was gonna be. It was gonna be tested if things got bad. It did. It got violated a little bit intraday, but then they really defended it and confirmed it as support again after that violation, and just kind of rallying a little bit. But you know, I mean 171 if there's follow through, but even at that point, anything, you know, go 171 and then something like this. These are always what you're looking for. You always want to see like, oh, the second low. Even here, it was like 1 and 2. You just want to see levels be tested twice. You want to see like one big wave down, one small wave up, one small wave down, and then you watch them and witness them defend a level, and then they start running, and then you get a bigger wave. Either to go test the highs or you can go higher in an uptrend. So it looks good for now. I mean, everything's fine on Solana above 124. Everything's fine on Bitcoin above 61. Everything's fine on Ethereum really above 2,900. And then we go to the joke. Well, they recaptured. Of course they did. They're such a joke, dude. There's nothing you can really do. But they did recapture 51 cents. Congrats, dude. Trading at the same price you were trading at 7 years ago. Literally. No structural development that makes any sense for swing trade. No edge at all. Just bearish convergence. Who cares? Dude, I really don't like the weird noises in this song, man. It's freaking me out. Like messing up everything. Okay, so those are like your big five. I forgot. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance and also.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Bitcoin dominance still just like hovering near its highs of the entire uptrend, multi-year uptrend. Still waiting for a 60% target, you'd think, which you're like 5% away. Okay, so that's it. They're trying to hold this high from December 5th, and that's about it. Ethereum to Bitcoin. Well, you tell me. 4.9 million sats. This is the most recent discernible event. Okay, anything could happen, right? Tomorrow, the next day, the next day. You see it right here. See this 4.9 million sats. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? Tested and failed. What is that, man? That could be something. We'll show you. Oh, it happens to be like June 13th, 2022. That lowest low. The sign of weakness that came to pass as true. They're below that, and they're back testing that as resistance. Okay, so I mean, just like the argument for Ethereum paired to Bitcoin continues to deteriorate. Argument for Ethereum ever outperforming Bitcoin again. It keeps deteriorating. Like everything, it's all bearish price action correlating in the bearish favor. It's just bad. I don't know. Like, sure, that's what I'm saying. Like, anything could happen, man. But like right now, it's garbage. It's terrible until new data presents itself that would make us change our tune, or tone, or both. Yeah, so right-angled ascending Brownian formation to boot. You're below that even. It's bad, man. It's like eventually we'll get a major markdown. At least if the Wyckoff distribution schematic is, if it has been properly identified. Bitcoin dominance was certainly identified properly in hindsight now, because look at where it is, you know. So this is implying downside next. Okay. But it doesn't mean Ethereum to the US dollar isn't going to continue to rally, because that's a different story completely. Taking the hardest money in the world versus the crappiest, most garbage money in the world. Toilet paper. Okay. So what was it? Someone actually requested something. Can't even believe it. Didn't think I'd ever get another request ever again. But I don't think it's crypto, is it? No, it's IMPP. Oh, here's turtles. Jonathan, do you like the turtles, man, or you don't like turtles anymore? Let me know.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
So interesting here. I kind of changed it up like I did on Bitcoin to anchor 1 and 2 here, 3 here, and then you get 4 touches, 5, 6, right? Total. Like, that's pretty nice. Down sloping consolidation, but with emphasis on the horizontal line support resistances from history, 2.21, 2.3 trillion. What's really cool to see on a Saturday, or I guess a Friday, is the buyers recaptured the level, and now today they are attempting to formally back test that level as support. As you saw them do that brilliantly March 22nd, right? It was violated, recaptured, then formally back tested before what? Running to the next levels. Not once, but twice. Bearish back test, roll over, and here we are. Just so doing the same stuff, all right? 2.3 trillion, if you don't know, it is a real deal. It is not a joke, man. Look, it's that high back from April 2021. It was your first all-time high back then. Huge markdown, then big rally to the new high. It's up here, 2.577. So you can't say it's not real. Not real price action correlating to key levels. It's happening, man. Yeah, but Ethereum ETF is the only thing they could save Ethereum, probably. And I mean, again, though, like if Bitcoin continues to appreciate in value over time, because we know, like, right, what's the stat on halvenings? It's one stat. It's real. It's like no matter what halvening you bought, the day of the halvening, you buy it, and then if you waited after buying, you held Bitcoin for 4 years till the next halvening. The worst performance you would have ever gotten in that 4-year period was 5 timesing your money. That's the worst. There are times I think it went up like 12 times or something insane. But yeah, and I'm not saying that like it's gonna happen again. I'm saying like that's kind of shooting for the moon. If you miss, you're amongst the stars, right? Type of situation. History's behind you, but we know inelastic supply with unprecedented demand, and then you just got to think about the passive flow that's going to take a lot of time to onboard and get, like, where all these mutual funds start implementing the Bitcoin ETFs into their mutual funds, and then that's when every 2 weeks all the paychecks, you know, percentage of their paycheck is taken out and put into their 401k, their IRAs, their SEPs, and then it will just go into these Bitcoin ETFs without them even knowing about it. And you got to think about that over time. Is going to have a profound effect, I think, on Bitcoin's price, because you know how it works, right? If that happens every 2 weeks, doesn't that mean that every 2 weeks these institutions have to buy 1-to-1 on how much money goes into their Bitcoin ETF? Yeah. pretty wild. All right, I guess let's knock out this request right here. I guarantee this will be the only one of the day. Oh, Imperial Petroleum Connect. IMPP.
Bueller.
IMPP. Sitting here elevated after a nice rally. How would you play it? You know, what was it you said? Looks ready for another move to the upside. I'd like it to be above 339, right? 339, is that not a real level from September 2022? Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see the price above that. Do you have much of an edge on the oscillators? Not really. How would you play it? I guess if you wanted to, Chris, I guess your line in the sand might be $3, right? So something in the 290s, just cutting your losses. I don't know if you want to own IMPP below that level, but most recent events, your lowest low literally ever. And I don't think you could say this is a higher high. You'd probably say it's about the same high. So those are your two variables. You got the lowest low ever, and then you've got a high that is the same as the previous discernible swing high. So you can't say there's a trend reversal yet or anything, but I guess you could mark lines in the sand and say, okay, below $3, I don't know if I want to own that anymore, because there could be tremendous downside, because the trend is not your friend for longs, right? The trend has been bearish. But if you never get stopped out below that $3 level, you know, it's just this low from January 2023, then yeah, let's see what happens. You're gonna go test, you gotta break 339, 391, then 492 would be after that, then after that 634, which is like, oh, we're gonna almost double. Yeah. Well, did I just mess up? Yeah, so you got your levels here, and I guess that's the only way you could try to strategize that. Okay. A good way to get banned in the chat is to talk crap about a mod. That's like a pretty common sense thing, right? I don't know, man. I'm just here trying to provide traditional technical analysis to you at its most pure form. Okay, no pomps, no frills. You know, we do hype in the chat. You know, we have the Hey song. You know, that's for Bitcoin, and that's for when, you know, we do party. But like, I mean, when that's not going on, we're just looking to apply the framework that we've learned from the geniuses that put their life's work and research into it for 100 years. That's all it is, man. We're not making calls. We abide by Mark Douglas principles, where we understand we don't have to know where an asset's going next to make money. Okay, we have a 3-to-1 reward to risk. So we don't even have to win half our trades if you apply 3-to-1. So again, man, it's just about probabilities, everything. Probabilities, nothing's certain. And even when you have an increased probability of a particular outcome, it can still fail, right? You have a weighted coin edge. Oh, I got a 60%, 65% chance of a particular outcome based on the variables identified. You get that there's still like a 35% chance it could fail, right? That's not negligible. That is why it's so important to have stop losses and to have a trading plan. That's why you're always trying to find assets that are, you know, coming off of retraces. And after they've retraced, then they're correlating favorably at key levels from history. And then you're showing you the Bulkowski patterns, the momentum shifting patterns, the accumulation patterns with the discernible edges on the oscillators, right? I mean, that's it, man. It's boring. It's for most people, like in this world, my God, 99% of the people in the world are gonna think this is the most boring, dumb crap ever. But I mean, if you've been here long enough, you've seen some beautiful things play out that really validates the methodologies taught here. So, and the issue is you just got a lot of stuff, a lot of assets in crypto that are just like for H bar, for instance, we saw ourselves right here, kind of like an 100% retrace on the wick, but when the candle closed, when the trader set it up, that's pretty much an 88% retrace. I mean, this is kind of the stuff like that's pretty good. But again, it's just a reaction. You always want to see the reversal. So you got like a Momo shift. It was a setup that played out. It was brilliant. The trend is reversed. It's the upside. But man, there's just, you gotta find the framework. Okay, look at this. I mean, look, it's like 886 down here, 100%, whatever. Okay, so let's get a confirmation low down here. Right, that'd be everything you could dream of on H bar. If we could get some sort of type 1 return, we get a type 2 return, it'd be at a historical support. You'd probably have an edge on the oscillators. Yeah. What you would want to see is like, okay, we keep running, you maybe go to 10 cents, 9.8 cents, which is real, very real level. And then they sell it off again. And then on the sell off again, you get lower levels of negative momentum on that second test at the support. It's in the book. That would imply exhaustion. Same thing on the RSI. You get the same thing in the MACD you get in the RSI. It'd be a trade setup. It'd be low risk, easy to manage that risk. The tight stop loss with maximum upside potential and an uptrend. You just don't have the stuff yet, man. It takes time. Sorry. If you were here 6 months ago, there was opportunity. It was delivered to you just like this. Not my fault you weren't here. That's your fault. My God, man. I've been doing this. We've been here almost every day, like over 6 years. We're here for the good times, the bad times, and the worst times. The worst times when there's nothing. It's just like no volatility, no structures, sideways, summertime. Oh my God, man. Like last summer was a soul testing summer. Pivot, good, man. Good. That is the meaning of this channel, is to help others learn the ways of traditional technical analysis. Okay, that's all it is. I'm just trying to help people learn. Trying to make it like a favorable environment to learn, right?
Dollargy at holding support, but it's hard to not sell with times like this in the world.
Kyle P, thank you for the 20. I would agree with Bitcoin. I mean, S-coins, it's always a good time. It can always be a good time to sell an S-coin because of whatever, man. Traders market. Beanie Babies on the way up, Beanie Babies on the way down. They're gonna pump, then they're gonna dump 88 to 100% of the way eventually. Eventually, they always do. Bitcoin's different. Yeah, it is hard to sell Bitcoin in these times in the world. Yes, I agree. Like I can't even. There are now Taylor Swift degrees one can get in debt for, and then you can graduate in Taylor Swift music. And then people in power will just forgive the debt. And they became full-on man-hating, American-hating communist. But they know Taylor Swift music. How can you want to sell your Bitcoin when this is happening? You don't really. I mean, like, okay, Bitcoin corrects. I don't give an F. Oh no, Bitcoin's at 57K. Don't care. Incrementally going to continue to buy. Oh no, Bitcoin's at 50K because it's the worst case scenario you could dream of. 50K Bitcoin this summer because bad stuff. I don't care. Buying more. This world is so clown world. Bitcoin's the only thing that makes sense to me. Now, nothing else makes sense. Maybe gold, because central banks are buying it and sovereign countries are buying it, but screw this world. Bitcoin is math. It's decentralized. There's no CEO that can be cucked. That's it. The more you understand Bitcoin, the more you don't give a crap about what price it's trading at, okay? Okay. I used to play the drums when I was younger, but in the South, you know, it comes down to you go to high school and you have to pick between. See, like in middle school, I was team captain of the football team, wrestling team, and I was an advanced symphonic band. But when you get to high school, you can't do it all. So I dropped band. I dropped playing the drums and just went full on sports. And then I never picked it up ever again. So I did play, since you asked. But I really wish I would have picked up guitar, because I think I'd still be playing that today. So yeah, you want to do that stuff when you're really young, man. Your brain's like a sponge. It's just such an advantage. You can do so much when you're young. It's so difficult when you're older. So let's see. Geode, Calpay. Geode, is it an S coin? Oh God. Oh God, dude. Why are you doing this to me, man? Why we gotta look at Uniswap Polygon coin? Come on, dude. I mean, no one's gonna say it's not an uptrend, and it looks like a lot of alts, like where you got these deep retraces, 786 retrace from this low to high, but there was no edge, right? There was no confirmation low. They, like, I don't know, man. Like, you better be really cautious on these Uniswap jokes, man. It's like all cryptos are virtually scams outside of like Bitcoin. They're all kind of jokes. Okay, even if like they're not jokes, right? Say like, oh, dude, Cardano's got use case. Ethereum, we can, you know, decentralized applications. Okay, that's great and all, but you can't. There's no metric to truly gauge its value. So that's great that it could facilitate some sort of service for you, but you can't tell me that like Ethereum's truly worth $5,000 or $3,000 or $1,000. So all you can really do is just trade it. So what you would want to see on GeoDNet, if you could help it, is a spring back test with hidden bullish divergence or something. You know, they recaptured the level. They've been rallying it, but man, you always want confirmation if you're looking to take action with an edge. You want to see them pull this thing down and test, because the level was violated. They recaptured it. You always want to see market participants reconfirm the validity of the area that was violated. That's the level it was violated. So reconfirm its validity with a back test, a successful back test. And if you see that happen, that's the time when it makes way more sense to take action on an asset, to long it, and then that means you can have a strategic and tight stop loss set up below that level as close as possible. So you take on minimal losses if it fails, with the maximum upside inherently. So that's what I would hope for on this asset, this joke. I don't know. GeoDNet, I don't care. It's all technicals. Okay, copy. You know, everyone has their thing, man, okay?
Shiba, Rocket, Ox, white tick mark. Let's go BTC to 71k again.
Shaker. I'm gonna send you to the Center for Kids who can't spell good, but can do other things good too. Yeah, I don't know. There's a $20 request for formal. It's $20 for a formal request, right? But whatever, you know. But Shiba did something this weekend, right? It didn't have a pump, so it was like a notable asset to look at. They pumped the wrong S coin. Yeah, dude, yeah. So the thing is, you got all these levels. Buyers defended one, this 2,000 level, and they've run it up to the next resistance. And you gotta wonder, like, forget the scam wicks and just try to, what makes sense here? Whoa, okay, a supply line, possibly. A supply line being tested. I wonder if we could make it a wedge. Kind of. Just downsloping consolidation, kind of like total market cap itself, like Bitcoin itself, kind of like Ethereum itself. But yeah, just ping-ponging between levels. It is really cool to see like how many times this level was tested. And finally, they said, all right, that's enough times testing. We get it. We succeeded in our tests. And so let's run this thing up to the next level. And that's all they're doing now is they're testing it. Now, you break 2863, that's when I think you could have a nice markup to 3555, maybe even 4,000, but not yet. And you got this 1, 2, 3, now 4 tests on Shiba. Daily, Jay. It was most of the time it's the daily. Okay, if you want really significant patterns that have pretty nice reliability, extremely nice reliability, daily, 3-day, weekly. 12 hours okay too. I mean, 12 hour can be looked at. If it can help your argument, say the daily looks kind of pretty good, and then the 12 hours like screaming good, it might be in good shape. Okay, so what happens? What's going on in Shiba today? The first level of positive momentum seen since March 14th. Bruh. Bitcoin's kind of like that. Like, we haven't seen positive momentum on freaking Bitcoin since March 15th. And it's like, when positive Momo? What a drought. We have been in a drought. But you got to say, we got 15 minutes till the daily and weekly close. What happened? You know, like 64,899 was broken yesterday with the candle close on a Saturday. Right there, you see it. So we had a technical breakout yesterday, and today we have, 15 minutes pending, but we could have ourselves like a breakout and back test a breakout. I mean, the 4-hour channel like this looks good because there's like a candle low close right here that really helps the argument of this being real. Like, look at this. Look at that candle close, the wick, again and again. It's freaking kind of magic how it is right now. So I'm just saying, like, if you stronger argument, like always I would just think would be like get one more and then like a very real discernible edge on multiple time scales. If we were blessed enough to receive it, we may not, right? Because it's not always going to be perfect. A lot of times Bitcoin's pumps come when there's no edge. So it could be like that again. You just run on up to 67,554, above 64,899. That's the target. 60. So that means like if we're gonna close, if we broke out yesterday and we back tested the breakout today and it's actually real and there's fall through on tomorrow, then you have like a target. I would say almost 4% upside just to go test the next level, and it could be another lower high than the previous highs, and then roll over then. But that could be on deck. Just, dude, it's very murky right now. Monday's wild. All right, we can look at these little derivatives real quick. I'm gonna look at more S coins, but yeah. So you can look at it like the triangle broke. It was a bearish. It was a false bullish breakout, and then reversed, and like it's still valid, and the measure move probably takes you down to $50. But you could also look at it like I have on iBit. Let me show you on iBit, which now I believe has more Bitcoin than Grayscale now, right? Could someone back me up or refute that if I'm wrong? You can look at it like this, like we're just 35.50, the bottom of the range, just like spot price on Bitcoin. It's a rectangle, it's sideways. They defended it. And they could run this thing up, whatever. Okay, but like, wouldn't this be optimum for a swing trade? If you were blessed enough to receive it, it'd be easy to manage risk because they recaptured it. And I think you want to see a nice back test of it. Yeah, BlackRock holds more than GBTC now because GBTC is literally sold half their Bitcoin holdings, half. If they were to go at this rate, if they continued at the rate they're at right now of selling, they'd be out, completely out by like July or something stupid. Yeah, so it's a couple ways to look at it. Like, it's range bound, I get that. Slightly down sloping, I get that. A bearish breakdown of a symmetrical triangle, also valid, but it has not hit the measure move at all. So different ways to interpret Bitcoin right now. So just like looking at some of these other, dang man, this is kind of interesting. Bitcoin Cash had a real big pullback. 1 and 2. This is 4 hour though. So they've recaptured a key level and they're trying to back test it as support for now. I would think it would always be best to see something like 377 for a low to high 886 deepest value areas. But you're not there yet. It's really cool to see it above $500 right now. $500. Not a joke. Not a joke. It's so freaking real, man. And it's psychological. So they're holding, and look, you're working on hidden bullish divergence maybe. Still a lot of negative momentum. You want to see it get way closer to neutral. But dang, man, a low then a higher low with lower levels of real strength. I mean, that penny price action continuation, the upside. If it can hold up, engulfing candle yesterday and a back test going on today. One to watch. Chat not very communicative today. Not much to bounce off of, y'all. Typical. I expected it. Get wrecked. I literally expected chat to be dead today. And I was not disappointed. All right, so Bitcoin Cash, do a Litecoin. These like bigger ones. Litecoin hanging on. Hidden bullish. Well, yeah, it's like class C hidden divergence. You have the same candle low closes just about. And $76 of support, 200 moving average support. I think Litecoin is quite possibly bottomed out. I think like its bottom's done and we'll see 140 eventually. Maybe 184. Because I mean, like, okay, these two lows are both higher than these lows. No one could argue with that in the world. No one. So there's still a more than before argument ongoing right now. And don't be like startled because a lower low than the previous low, like kind of intraday. I mean, they're about the same. But remember what happened to Bitcoin in a situation like this. Right back here. It was kind of like, oh, like here was a low and then the lower low. But both of these lows were higher than the previous lows. So you can't be that concerned about it. Oh man, sorry. Nope.
Baba Booey.
Thanks for the Bob Buoys. Oh yeah, we got to check on gold because the gold market's open, man. Open for business. Looking fine to me. Trading above the 1.618 fib extension on Friday, the highest close in history. Gold going back thousands of years to store value, and on Friday it was, you lived it. You got to live the highest close ever. And oh my god, bearish divergence. What I was saying, like, okay, any pullback will be mild, shallow, inexistent, and they'll make triple divergence eventually. But it's just wild seeing an asset just trading above the 1.618, and then you have the 2.618 at 2,800. So I mean, gold's, pretty notorious for having impulses. Like when it has impulses like this, it pulls back. You get pullbacks before running again. But this is, it's incredible. Any pullback will be, again, shallow, mild, and they'll run it again. Composite operator, when it's the central bank, you're in pretty good shape. Silver, you're just waiting for 30 bucks again. Thinking 30, 31, then you go 35, 37. Just reaccumulation, man. Just go back to the Weekly. Man, what do you think? What do you think? A big ol' M-shaped continuation. Aggressive targets 37 and 50. Like that's if you want long-term targets on silver, $37 and $50. Okay, we're on the same page. Aggressive harmonic trading. That's what you're gonna get. Because trading above the 200 week moving average, trading above the 200 month moving average. All as well. Look at this 200 moving average. This is like the monthly is like the Jesus, dude. The monthly is like ungodly good. Just wait. 8 days, 22 hours until the highest monthly candle close since January 2013. 11-year highs. It's insane, man. How beautiful. You're above the 200 day, 200 week, 200 month moving averages. You are good. Hyperinflation, superinflation. We already have like superinflation in my opinion. Like it's going on and it's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse. We've reached the event horizon of the black hole of the debt cycle. Oh, you know, I mean, wait, hold on. I can't even. It's weird. This copper chart doesn't exist. It's not searchable anymore. It's like it's not on the menu. Got copper up on the week, on the new week, 0.09%, and just trading. You know, its highest price since June 2022. It's running, probably going to 463. It's wild, dude. These metals, but platinum's just not doing it, and platinum had a great setup too, which sucks. I'm a platinum. What the heck? I don't know what to tell you, man. Like it had a partial decline and everything. Just maybe they backtest 926. It's just can't catch any bids. It's platinum, bro. Sad. And then coffee futures, if you don't know, bottomed out. It's been running. Anything above 220, 219 is great. Fire prices. Cocoa futures, just for the memes, we have to look because you can't stop it. It is the most incredible asset in the known solar system, possibly the galaxy, trading just behind the Zuba from the Vega system. You know, that asset is on a crazy tear. It's a ancient, super rare material that the aliens use in that planetary system. It's marginally outperforming London cocoa futures, but it's very close. Hey man, we can't have fun anymore. I know. Whatever. Fun is now against the law here. But wow, just positive Momo building again. I had no idea where it's going. It just, who knows where this thing's gonna blow off top. It won't end well, but for now, better than Bitcoin. Better than gold, better than Nvidia, for sure now. Yeah, all the food commodities had a good day on Fur Day. Like, dude, it's look on the 8th, man. Oh my God, man.
Baba Booey.
That's 2 Baba Booies. Thank you for the second Baba Booey of the week. Go back to the corn. It's gonna trade. Thank you for the Peepo freak out. Thank you, dude. Yeah, so pretty big deal of a level, I think. Wouldn't you agree? Like it'd be cool to close the week above the former all-time high from April 2021. That'd be cool. And so you're currently trading above it by a few dollars, but it could change in 1 minute, 30 seconds. That's how close you are. I don't know how much the Pepe freak out is. It was like $3, maybe $3.50. Someone want to answer that? You have to individually price every thing, every variable on Tangia. It's wild. Some are more than others. Tesla DCA. I mean, like it's hard to like DCAing is good for uptrends. DCAing is like the worst thing you can do in downtrends. It's kind of masochistic.
Gentlemen in the mix.
Like the thing about Tesla, there hasn't been a true formal higher high since November of 2021. Right? Every high has been lower than the previous high for years now on Tesla. And to boot, certainly trading below a key inflection point where there's just not much below you now. Yeah, I'll show the chart after look on the 8th. Okay, we gotta play some Jesus chimes for the weekly candle close on Bitcoin. All right, calm down. 10 seconds. Go to that weekly. There it is. Lowest weekly candle close confirmed since February 26th. Meh. 3 in a row. 3 weeks of red closes in a row. I guess it's all over for Bitcoin, man. Let's go get our Taylor Swift degrees from Communist University while they send tens of billions, hundreds of billions, trillions of dollars to foreign entities that have nothing to do with the taxpayers where it comes from. Yeah, I guess it's all over for Bitcoin. Sure. Yeah, I think Wall Street might have betrayed Elon. They might have just like, yeah, Elon's going against the machine, the global machine that controls everything. Yeah, I mean, Grub, it just depends, right? Like, DCAing up here, I mean, you could be DCAing. What if it goes to 42K? Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, it's still amazing. I'm just saying, that's why I've been, like, you're so elevated, so there's zero, you are paying premium for Bitcoin, buying it right now. You just are, based on Fibonacci. From the previous high to low, the asset has rallied a little over 100%, and it's still trading at the 90 percentile, right? So you're paying extreme premium on Bitcoin right now. If we look at this asset the way we look at any other asset in the world, traditional market, using Fibonacci. And so what we know about retraces is they're normally between a 38% and a 61% retrace, and you're not even close to that here. So the value perceived areas are way lower on Bitcoin. They just are. Doesn't mean you're ever going to go there, and I'm not calling or saying that Bitcoin's going to those deeper levels. Just clearing the air here, being completely transparent about it. Like, I mean, has Bitcoin even made a 23% retrace? Yeah, we have a 23% retrace, man.
Hello, what's going to happen to your TikTok page once the ban goes into effect?
T-Bone, you know me too well, man. I've never owned or had a TikTok in my entire effing life. Thank you, dude. Let's go, Brandon! Force drink, force damn, leather belt.
Hey Mitch, can we take a look at that bar, please?
H-bar
Thanks for all that you do.
Let's go, Brandon.
0.00107261 BTC.
Bitcoin. Wow, Bitcoin contribution. Rare these days, man. Let's go, Brandon's in the chat. Can you imagine like a government that like blatantly opens the borders for anyone to enter blatantly, and then that same government is paying those third world migrants where we have no idea where they're from thousands of dollars on prepaid cards. They're traveling them and flying them all over the country, and then they have the audacity to come out and say ban assault weapons, high capacity magazine weapons. So like they're disarming their own people from who knows what is coming across the border, and they're funding those people. It's like absolutely crazy. I don't give a crap about your opinion on if you don't think it's crazy, because it is. And there's nothing you can say that won't make me think it's insane. It's evil what they're doing. Let's go VeChain, man. VeChain still sitting. They cannot break that 200-week simple moving average, can they? Well, they're still trade. Well, you know that level has been there, and they have just somehow for like been trading above that for almost 2 months now. No, over 2 months now. They've been trading above 3.9 cents. Thank you, Bob Bowie. 4 cents. And so again, you're looking at an asset where you just can't say that it's great value. There's no retrace, right? You want retraces so we can perceive value, and that we want price action to correlate favorably at key levels. And then we want favorably as in like 1 test, 2 tests, then we want an edge. Then we want the oscillators to imply that sellers are exhausted at those levels after those retraces, after we've completed the construction of patterns. You don't have that on VeChain on the weekly. You just went on the stupid does run since October like a lot. So it's like you're not getting value. You're just not. You're not getting value on most altcoins because a lot just look like this. But hey, it is outperforming a lot. The retrace so far has been incredibly better than others. So they're just sitting here. It's like a range. It's almost like a little downsloping channel or something, right? There's consolidation. How will we do it? I don't even know. We're screwing around here. Something like that. Is it actionable? It doesn't have the framework. It's really tough, man, because they're violating 3.9 cents. So stop losses. What if they violate it again? You have a stop loss below that you get stopped out and just rallies again. It's tough, man. Like the dragon, okay, you can trade dragon patterns. How are you gonna trade this? I would think like a deeper retrace would have been better. Like seeing VeChain down at like 2.8 cents from this low to high, 88% retrace, that'd have been awesome. But still, yeah, holding above a key level, and you see it's a swing low from February 2022, a swing low, candle low close from February 2021. That level, and then it was like a pretty much a swing high December last year. So, well, once resistance is maybe flipping to support, outperforming many other altcoins again. So, all right. And then H-bar. H-bar is the one where we've identified what looks to be some sort of M shape that is completed. But it's just a type 1 return. It's like the reaction low at the 886. Okay, so maybe you run up to 10 cents. Resistance. It becomes resistance again. And the buyers relent because there's supply there. But then we get some sort of type 2 return. And then on the second test, we get an edge. And that would be amazing. Madden fan, log scale is good for like, if you want to look at Bitcoin since inception, okay, long uptrends. But if we're talking about swing trading and we're like scaled in, I like using price. I'm not really interested in log scale when I'm like just staring at, hey, look, man, it's between February and now. You go linear. You go out like this, yeah, maybe you go log. But for me, the way we apply the framework, log linear scale is proved to be amazing. Like very, just it's the way, right? Yeah, everything does get screwed up when you go in log scale. Like this harmonic wouldn't have made sense, but like here in linear scale, 886 type 1 type 2 return with divergence. I mean, that it was perfect. Filecoin, it was perfect. And others, they were perfect in linear scale. So, but yeah, sometimes you have to use like log scale, like Bitcoin, Fibonacci. If you're talking about cycle tops, yeah, use log scale to use your Fibonacci. And if we're talking about Bitcoin and log scale, and you wanted to use Fibonacci, because that's what we did last time. Not saying call the top, but it was certainly Fibonacci this way, and log scale from the old high to low, 65K. That was the cycle. They tried once and then just twice, and that was literally the end of the cycle. So if we did that again, if we did it again, you won't believe it. You won't believe what the top would be. If, let's just say, history literally repeated itself in log scale. The cycle top, well, it's not, it's kind of believable. $170,000 would be the cycle top. 1618 in log scale, okay? Madden fan. Why not NCAA football fan? 2024 coming out. I swear, the fact that they didn't use Nick Saban for the new cover just proves how effed everything is. Oh, they used a garbage A Colorado trash loser program. Trashy, classless fans too. Oh my God, just garbage. That gets to be on the cover of NCAA football. Oh, okay, not the best dynasty that the sport's ever seen. Yeah, let's just use a 1-6, 1-8 conference play Colorado team who gave up a 27-point lead to a garbage Stanford team. Yeah, let's put them on the cover. They certainly deserve it. Oh wait, they don't. Well, let's just do it anyway because that's the way the world works now. Yep. Stupid, dude. Clown world. It's everywhere. Doesn't matter. You cannot escape it. But yeah, let's look at Ethereum. You know, Ethereum, maybe wedge in. It's in a correction, right? This conceptualizes the correction, like the lower high is now the lower low. And that's it. Above 2,900, be a cutoff. You're probably going to see 25 to 2,400. Bottom of the channel here. But what we know about Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum to Bitcoin is if you really cared about those, you would own more Bitcoin than you would own Ethereum. That's the way you would utilize your capital or your portfolio, your crypto portfolio. More Bitcoin than Ethereum. Total go on, man. They did it, right? The undeniable level from history that will just be shown to you. It was recaptured Saturday, and then Sunday it was reconfirmed as support. Nice. So, like, if it was real, like, they might backtest it again, whatever, intraday price action. But if this was real, okay, and you just don't know if it's real, but if this event that has occurred was real and you did catch follow through, there really is nothing to say except 2.57 trillion. I just don't know if it's real. I get you, it could be a fake out, but that's your target if it's real. Okay, 2.57, that's huge. I mean, that means Bitcoin would be up at 69K again, dude. Okay, or higher. So I hope it is. I hope this backtest, the breakout backtest, is real. Okay, I hope you do too. Pray for Bitcoin in total. Pray for it, dude. Johnny, who are you talking about? come in my live stream, tell me what to do. You can't. You have no power at all. Like literally, I could just do what I want to do, and then you could just listen or stop watching. That's all you can do. Well, let me tell this streamer what to do. See how that works out. So we looked at VeChain and HBAR. HBAR looking kind of a little bit more strategic than VeChain. There are a handful of assets that have made those deep 886 retraces from their previous discernible swing low to highs. So Filecoin's another beautiful example of that. Let me show you real quick. It's beautiful, man. Like it's just reality. Like you can't make it up. It's just there. It's like there's a swing low, there's a swing high, there's the X, the A, the B, the C, and then the D. And it's like it's a type 1 return. And then the traders are defending the 200 moving average. They've now recaptured 641. Like 641, an undeniable level back from June 2022. They broke it, they recaptured it, then they back tested it as support yesterday, and that's where we are. So yeah, you could be like a more significant rally could occur, but it could top out and we get a type 2 return and we get something like this. This is the framework you're looking for, the harmonic framework. There's no changing. It's always the way it is when it's specimen. Okay, man. Well, you know, weekly candle close stream. I told you it's going to be business until hype returns. Look, man, chat dictates the hype, not me. The markets, Bitcoin dictates the hype in here too. I'm powerless to that, so I just gotta take it how it is. So that was a good close. That was a good close above 64,899. If it's a real breakout back test, then 67,554 is the target.
Hey Ray, thoughts on Jumia?
Scott, NYC, thanks for the 19. I don't know. Look at that. I was about to say bye, but we can do it, man. Yeah, request will certainly save the stream. Jumia, Aunt Jemima Technologies. Aunt Jemima got wrecked, dude. Oh, there was a time though, you know, a wedge pattern. They broke it. It's like you just can't make it up. Like sometimes it's crazy like that. March 2020, they went down and tested it on a lower low. It was like one low, the second low, you didn't know the time, and then it broke out higher low, then ran, and now it's just collapsing. You know, from its highs. Aunt Jemima Technologies is down. Shoot, dude, 51% in 46 days. That's nasty. I mean, maybe they put it in a higher low, but there's no edge. There was an edge, I guess. It's crazy. There was an edge, and it rallied lower high, and then collapsed again. And then there was no edge when it hit 218 and then actually bottomed out. But yeah, it's still above the 200. I mean, you might be able to say some sort of bats coming in. I don't think you're there yet either. Yeah, 886 would be 348. So you still, like, if you want an 886 and you want to even entertain the idea of an M shape developing, this asset has to lose another 11.6%. But then it's trading below the 200 moving average. I don't know, man. Like, this is not something I'm going to be longing or getting into, but maybe, yeah, hidden bullish divergence could develop there. You still got downside potential. Do you see it? Sure. You can't spell well your name. I don't know, dude. I'm not here to denigrate. I was kidding because your name, it's like, I think it says Shocker, but it's Shakaker. I don't know, dude. It's Geis Shocker. Thank you, dude. He parenthesized it. Yeah, dude. I can imagine if you ever Aunt Jemima, like, if you have an unopened bottle of Aunt Jemima and Aunt Jemima is on the box, put it in your gun safe. Put it next to your Tesla Tequila and your Charizard car. You know, put it there. It's one day it'll be worth so much money. You'll see. Guys, a hard G would be... Is Geis not hard? What will be harder than G? Ice. Yeah, Aunt Jemima could be bottomed out. They put in another higher low. Like, so you're still in this murky fog of war where it's like, this was a lower high than this high, but this was your first higher low than this low. The first one we had seen in a very long time. First one. Then you rallied and you actually made finally your first discernible swing high. So you have a higher low and a higher high, and that's it. In order for it to be a trend, you got to have higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You got to have consecutive higher highs, higher lows, and so far you only have one higher low and one higher high. That's not quite enough. So you're still in this potential transition period, okay? Jumia with its puberty blockers, whatever you want to call. Aunt Jemima's going trans. All right. And the trend. Okay, I think that was it. 65,131 on the corn. If what you're witnessing is real, 67,554. But look, man, these two little local highs, you gotta, come on, we gotta go rival the previous high. Like I see one from April 15th. You gotta go break that. Let's get some sort of indication that the trend is, in the short term, reversing. You gotta have a rally. Or if you're not gonna rally, you gotta sell off and then make and pivot. See the buyers pivot the price above 59.7, 60K. You gotta have some indication of trend reversal. You don't have it on the top end or the bottom end yet, right? Consecutive higher highs, higher lows. It's only been, here are these highs that are lower than this high, and now you get a lower low than the previous low. So let's reverse it. Okay. So thank y'all for coming out for the Sunday weekly Candle Close stream. It's been fun, full of so much hype, drama, intrigue. And I'll just be back, man. Okay? Thanks for the lifestyle support, contributions, everything in between. Till next time, respect, T.A.
I am the one who knocks.
Y'all hear this? Turn your speakers up.
If I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work?
Oh my God, it's Heisenberg.
I am the one who knocks.
I love this song. You're never gonna hear the Bitcoin song again.
Gentlemen in the mix.